Gerald Celente, good to have you here with us.
Hey, thanks.
Joining us via video Skype from New York State. Let's talk about what just happened with the stock market, then we'll get into Greece.
Well, it's the crash of 2010, as we had forecast at the beginning of this year. And what's happening is the stimulus money is running out worldwide, and any time that there's a trigger like Greece or something else, the market is going to decline. As you well pointed out, we know it's a rigged game. How it was rigged and who rigged it, well, that we'll never really get to the bottom of it. We never know the truth of those things. But I do believe that the market is unraveling, and what they did do yesterday is they came in and pulled out all the stops to jack it back up from not crashing. And they're going to do it for a number of days, and they're doing it globally. There's no stopping the meltdown. The markets collapsed, Alex, in March of 2009. What they did was they pumped them up with all of the stimulus money. It's as simple as that. It's all of Europe, the United States, the UK, India, China with its free lending policies and stimulus, Japan, South Korea. It's worldwide. Now it's running out. Just as we're seeing these phony unemployment numbers coming out, they're only juiced up by the stimulus money. When the stimulus runs out, the markets crash. The markets are now crashing now. So here's the game. The insider trading starts happening. The big guys start pulling it out because they know what's coming next. They jack it back up, and then they get the shills out there to say, listen, this is a good buying opportunity. The market is only going through a correction. We have a lot of fundamental strength in the economy, and they sucker the people back in. So anyone that thinks that this is going to be a market that's going to grow in strength deserves what they get.
All right, Gerald.
Current events form future trends. Look at gold prices. How much are they up right now, Alex?
They're up a lot. They're up 40-something bucks in the last 2 days. Announcing a global implosion. The banks, we know, are engineering this and hijacking countries. So break down where you see this going and what's happening with the markets and the next shoe to drop.
Well, the next shoe to drop appears to be happening again in Europe. First of all, what's going on in Greece is going to explode into social unrest worldwide. The people are not going to take it. I love the white shoe boy language they use. The average person has to suffer through their austerity measures so they could bail out. Who is it that's holding the bonds? It's these huge hedge funds and banks. They can't give them, here's their language, a haircut. What do you mean you can't give them a haircut? Oh, no, they won't even get a trim. You have to cover the losses. In the United States, the people accept that a lot quicker than they do in Europe. The Europeans know the story, and they're not going to let it happen. The next shoe to fall, probably Spain, Portugal, then Italy. The UK is in terrible trouble. We're going to see sovereign defaults around the world. It's happened before, and it's happened again. Let's make this 100% clear. The only people that are getting bailed out are the two bigs. They're not allowed to lose any money, always under the guise that if we lose money, the whole world system will collapse. It's kind of like, Alex, did you hear President Obama recently when he addressed the Wall Street crowd a couple of weeks ago? He called them the titans of industry. What industry? They're not making cars. They're not producing steel or building railroads. The only thing they make are profits. And they're not titans of industry. You know who they are? They're bookies. Call it what it is. But they're super bookies. These are guys that not only are touts at the racetrack, they also field the horses. thoroughbreds that are really nags. Credit default swap, auction rate security. That's all they are. Synthetic credit default swaps, special investment vehicles. The whole fraudulent system is collapsing, and the governments are going to crack down on the little people so they can pay off the gambling debts made by the big losses. Number two, as the markets collapse, what they're going to do, the big guys are going to bail out. As I have mentioned, what they'll say is that the markets are rebounding. I can't make this stuff up. As I said to you just several minutes earlier, they're going to say, this is a good buying opportunity. Well, between the time I said that and the break that happened to now, I just heard the clowns on CNBC say, it's a great buying opportunity to jump into the stock markets in Europe. Oh, yeah, it's a great opportunity to jump onto the Lusitania. It's going to have a lovely trip across the ocean. Anybody that buys into the markets or that buys into these lies deserves what they get.